Today, I'd like to share a streamlining of some recent insights from Brother Days of Noah, one of my top 5 YouTube resources, and I highly recommend his channel without reservation. K-pop is Korean pop music, wildly popular among Gen Zers age 25 and under. It is to music what K-drama, Korean soap opera, is to viewing. Together, they comprise part of the cultural tsunami known as the K-wave. Major K-pop artists include Blackpink, BTS, XOXO, Twice, Big Bang, Girls' Generation, and Red Velvet. They are all part of something known as idol culture, a spiritually unhealthy concept from the get-go. The industry is part of the corporate state technology, the Korean government having begun investment in this area in the 1990s. The music is very synthetic and formulaic, a highly processed boy band style mixed with hip-hop and electronic dance music, EDM. Day says this culture is so popular because it feeds into the direction we're going in culturally and technologically. It also lines up perfectly with the dynamics and structure of the young generations today. BTS, one of the leading K-pop bands, was recently in the White House briefing room, nominally to discuss anti-racism and violence against Asians. Such violence does occur, but now the issue is being exploited to augment an agenda. Being invited to the White House demonstrates the power and value of K-pop to this agenda. It is computer formulated and by design. The young talent is disturbingly recruited and trained. Living in factory homes, they're not allowed to date. They have completely fabricated personalities, and they're never allowed to be real people. Everything about them is planned, designed, and structured. Days compares them to Blade Runner replicants. They are deployed to sell products and create social and psychological responses. They are a reason that South Korea is #1 in plastic surgery. Generation Z, with its online existence, lacks identity. Young people are unhappy with who they are and wish to duplicate some ideal cookie-cutter celebrity they see online. With Korean soap operas known as K-dramas, young women all over the world are building a fantasy love life. Some even move to Korea looking for their romantic Korean Prince Charming. They are soon jolted awake to reality, especially if they are African or African American, when they find they are ostracized by this homogeneous and often racist culture. What got them in that position in the first place? That's the kind of break with reality that being a Gen Z digital native online all of your life, all of the time, has led to. So young fans are falling in love with a completely fake front robotic entity. This again is transhumanism, making human identity malleable and fit within technology. No one has roots, tradition, or foundation. People become the creation of the state which invested in K-pop in the first place. This will lead to celebrities who are completely AI generated and can be interacted with in the metaverse. The human element can be totally removed from the arts. The algorithms will assure that you see only what the power elite wishes for you to see. This is part of herding us into a lifestyle where we stare endlessly at screens with no meaning and no purpose to our lives. People form their identities around the flavor of the day and explore liquid nose jobs on TikTok. Staring at a screen all day is not entertainment, it is mind control. K-pop enhances this control by promoting a cancerous narcissism, focusing people on shallow obsessions with appearances, popularity, and influence. It's all about numbers of followers, likes, friends, etc. There is no heritage or upbringing driving this. It is driven by capitalistic media culture markets. We have never experienced anything remotely like this in human history. People are constantly watching online video clips of only a few seconds duration. All young people have devices. The damage to identity leads to anxiety, depression, and confusion in the young. Dayzed points out that the goal could be to put everyone on some kind of blockchain virtual environment, keeping them in front of screens all day in order to siphon data and behavioral biometric. If that is true, he goes on to say, wouldn't it make sense to factory manufacture cultural phenomenons? Lacking a firm identity, young people become constantly wanting to change who they are and keep up with whatever the latest trend is. This is the core of K-pop. The disguise is that we are finally respecting the Asian portion of the population. The real goals are transhumanism, ambiguity, and narcissism, all of which make money. The New World Order is moving towards what is currently being done in Eastern collective cultures, and that is another reason that Asian culture forms are being promoted and exploited. This collective culture has a technocratic view that focuses on the transhumanist agenda of virtuality and the bio-digital convergence that is uniting people with computers and machines. We are relating more to what is machinery, more to symbols and images instead of real things. Mumble rap is our homegrown version doing the same thing as K-pop. It is also formulaic with all beats sounding the same. Just act like you're on drugs and get some tattoos on your face. This is the kind of thing technology has brought upon us. We are tools of it. Living your life in virtual reality is well on its way. Korea has a company called Wave that is leading the charge in haptic suits and have sensors built in to make your metaverse experience feel essentially real. You will not have to interact with real people anymore. But as this trend grows among young people, they are super isolated and hyper romantic. Lacking real intimacy and vulnerability, they cannot form genuine relationships. It is telling that you can say all you have to say about K-pop just by going through the list of words to describe it. Synthetic, formulaic, processed, cookie cutter, inorganic, inauthentic, detached, robotic, android-like, not nuanced, structured, planned, designed, machine-like, and androgynous. And of course, androgyny is part of the transhumanist agenda, above the sex we were born with. In K-pop, it's hard to tell males from females. Many wear the same clothes and sport the same haircuts. But now, are you sitting down? Also out of Korea, they are making eco-friendly toilets which turn poop into power and digital currency. This is being done by one of the 3 leading transhumanist companies. They say they can create electricity to power they say they can create electricity to power your phone with methane gas, which makes you wonder why cow farts are such a problem. Of course, it utilizes a Q code, enabling your smart toilet to monetize your poop in the name of sustainability. But as one Dayzed subscriber noted, this is good old down and dirty capitalism. Flush with this success, there is also a nanomembrane toilet coming out of the UK, funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in their touching concern for the third world. This one transforms solids into ash and also produces power. Not surprisingly, the power elite is in sore need of power. They need it for their future Web3 and blockchain system the metaverse is going to work on. So our way of life goes down the sustainability crapper because they need power for their infrastructure. And what is going to make all of this power they need? Fossil fuels, of course. The green movement is a fake corporate movement. We plebeians can have poop-powered phones so they can siphon our data. There are smart toilets to gather this data. The heart seat toilet provides biometrics. Electrocardiogram records your heart rate and how hard it is beating, and also the oxygen levels in the blood. It analyzes this data and sends it to your doctor. They call this biometric preventive medicine. But as Dayzed points out, if we were serious about preventative medicine, we would be focused on diet, exercise, and environmental toxins. But that would not provide the full spectrum dominance and the end of privacy that they are looking for. What they find in poop, they can use to map a microbiome. One corporation boasts that it is researching smart toilets that can read your anus like a fingerprint. This leads to what they call personalized medicine from all your genetic information and biometrics. All your personal info is sent to a cloud server. Stool samples will be recorded on video and analyzed by algorithms that identify if you have normal stool and consistencies. Other biometrics will analyze your urine flow, stream time, and volume. So there you have it, cameras in your toilet, the last bastion of privacy in modern life. Perhaps that is what all the noise was really about in making transgender toilets a controversy. It was breaking down the walls of privacy. Autonomy and personal space goes out the window. A Stanford press release has said that to reap the full benefits of the smart toilet, users must make their peace with a camera that scans their anus. Holy crap. They want to map the microbiome like they wanted to map the human genome, and the only way to get access is through your poop. They need it for the genetic engineering of food. Bill Gates and the NIH are doing this with African and third world children. Gates, of course, is also involved with getting jabs into people and GMO food production. Their excuse is they want to grow foods that heal. But will they? Of course, they have absolutely no idea of what the consequences are on a generation of eating GMO food. This is eugenics experimentation. Smart toilets are about turning human beings into pure data, which is what transhumanism is also all about. The so-called evolving of the human being by way of genetic manipulation with pharmaceuticals and food. The powers that be will have access to your entire genetic makeup. Dayzed and others call this the medicalization of the population. Injections which modify the immune system were a big part of this recently worldwide. With this kind of information, large segments of humanity can be taken out. The rest will continue to evolve by merging with technology. That is transhumanism, replacing God with everything synthetic. They will change human biology to accept the food and medicine. There is very serious proposals on the table to genetically engineer people to be repulsed by eating meat. That, of course, in the name of changes in the weather. Most of what people do to change their bodies will not be reversible. Appealing to convenience and desperation will hasten the rollout. By 2050, there will be internal neural interfaces such as the Neuralink that Elon Musk is working on. First, they get you to wear things, then they put it inside your body. We're all going to become routers. The microbiome is the last frontier for genetic editing. You will have a subscription-based model for your medicine and food. We will hail 3D bioprinting as an expansion of pig organs for people. Dayzed points out that you can change complete generations. It's biblical Days of Noah type transhumanism as in Genesis 6 when the angels mixed with humans. This time we are transforming and transitioning the human being into a man-made technology, the image of the beast. We who follow Messiah must refuse this offer. and focus on Messiah and the Most High. Dayzed suggests we focus on holiness instead of ephemeral happiness. To truly be happy, we need limits and authority, law and rules to live by. We can choose Jesus Christ. These technologies will not work in the end. New heaven and new earth are on the way. Don't fall for their diversions or attempts to fool you that there is a politician who is on your side. They're seeking a hive mind. You don't have to comply or give them your trust. You don't have to take the cure for the germ warfare they have stockpiled to get this job done. Seek the kingdom. Live or die, God's got your back. This was a brief synopsis. For the full extended information, please look up Days of Noah's channel. I thought these points were very important, and I wanted to give my friends here on this channel quick access to them. I hope to do more of this kind of thing to get you the information that you need in your hands. This is Gumbo Craig, and this is Walking Out of Babylon. All praise to the Most High God. Shalom.